We're going to call this meeting to order. The City Council's meeting today for the purposes of electing a president, and we're going to begin with a roll call and then attendance, and then we're going to start with a motion to move to the first ballot for president. Anderson Burgos?
Here.
Bartley?
Here.
Rainey?
Here.
Hernandez?
Here.
Leahy?
Present.
LeBrun Martinez?
Here.
Lisi?
Here.
McGee? Here. McGivern?
Here.
Murphy?
Here.
Sullivan?
Here.
Tallman?
Here.
Bacon?
Here.
Make a motion to go to the first reading?
Second.
Or the first reading?
First ballot, second.
First ballot.
Second.
Anderson Burgos?
Todd McGee.
Bartley?
Todd McGee.
Under discussion, if you don't mind. So I just wanted to say that last year I got a few votes for City Council President, and a number of people had asked me this year or whether or not I was going to run for Council President, and I am not running for Council President. I am going to be voting for Todd McGee this evening, and there's a few reasons why I wanted to do that, and I'd like to share them with the public. So first of all, regarding the schools vote, I thought that while Todd wasn't on the front lines, he worked really hard behind the scenes with colleagues here in council chambers and also at the state level with our school superintendent and with the mayor to really increase the reimbursement that we were getting or search for other pots of money. To me, I think that he demonstrated that he understands the value of education and schools for the future of the city of Holyoke. So that's one reason why I'm giving Todd my vote today. And then the other reason why I'm happy to give Todd my vote today is because when he ran as president 2 years ago, he made a promise to elevate the level of discourse and decorum in these council chambers, and I think he's really made good on this promise. I think that he understands the violence and harm that can be done with words, especially as leaders who are working to model civic leadership and also our community's values. And I know that, like all of us, Todd is learning, just like we all are. He hasn't always gotten it right, but in those moments, he has had the ability to be self-reflective. He's held himself accountable. He's apologized for the mistakes that he's made, and he's worked to increase his understanding, and I think he takes very seriously the work that we have to do as a community to figure out ways that we can be kinder, more accepting, and more gracious with one another. So again, I'll be happy to cast my vote for Councillor McGee this morning. Thank you.
Point of order. I'd like to say that I'm happy to be back on the council, and I'm voting for Todd McGee because he does a good job for the city of Holyoke.
Hey, I guess if we're doing editorials, but I'll also say that I'm going to be voting for Todd McGee, partly because he's a childhood friend, and that's one of the reasons why I'm voting for him, and I encourage all of you guys to vote for him because I think he is truthful, fair, honest. I think he is what you look at as a president. I think he's following the great footsteps of Councilor President Joseph McGivern. I don't look at any negatives. I only see the positives in Todd, and I encourage all of you guys to vote for him, just like I am, and I look forward to working with him for the next 2 years if he gets everyone's votes. That's my editorial.
I'm going to start the rollover. Anderson Burgos?
Todd McGee.
Bartley?
Todd McGee.
Rainey?
Todd McGee.
Hernandez?
Todd McGee.
Leahy?
Todd McGee.
LeBrun Martinez?
Todd McGee.
Lisi?
Todd McGee.
McGee? Todd McGee. McGivern?
Todd McGee.
Murphy?
Todd McGee.
Sullivan?
Todd McGee.
Tallman?
Todd McGee.
Bacon?
Todd McGee.
Todd McGee, elected president by unanimous vote of the body.
I'm not trying to be a chair.
No speech, motion to adjourn.
And thank you very much for all the kind words. I truly appreciate it. I didn't expect it. I just try and do a job in order to make sure that we all try and get along. That's how I've always been, in order to do the work of the day and move forward. Before I start, I do have to recognize a few things. One is the work of Devin Sheehan and the city clerk for putting today's program together. Traditionally, it is not their role, but they stepped up right away and took care of it. They brought in the In White program, Miss Glasheen, phenomenal job by her and the students. The Magical Choir from Hoyoke High School, the Bagpiper band that was brought in, Counselor Bartley, thank you very much for getting that done. There were troubles. Counselor Bartley stepped in right away and was able to achieve that for us. For everyone that was involved today, thank you very much for what you did. With regards to this council, I'd like to first thank Counselor McGivern. Why? Counselor McGivern runs the Flower Fund, of which certain people will understand that as we go along. There's no pay to it. There's no glory to it. It's another job to do that Counselor McGivern stepped up right away and said, I'll do it. I'll help out the council as a whole to get that done. So I can't thank you enough, Joe, for all you've done with regards to that. Counselor Graney, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
You were missed, and I welcome you back. Counselor Valentin, Counselor Bartley, thank you once again for your service. We had our President, sorry. Dave's still here. Sorry, Dave. It's one of those mornings. I thank you for your service. As I said the other night at our annual Christmas party, holiday party, I truly appreciate everything that we did together, and I wish you well in your future endeavors. Councilor Libby Hernandez, welcome to the chambers. Congratulations. To Chief Pond, Dr. Zreich, thank you for your service to the city of Hoyoke. I know times come and people go, but I want to thank them personally for everything they've done for me as well as this council. There have been times that we weren't getting information, of which those two stepped up and provided the information to this council so that we could be more informed in order to get the job done better. Before I go on, there is something that needs to be addressed today that is of great importance. And that's this thing.
Fixed.
For those who are at home and in the audience, you might not know what's going on. This is a new tradition that was started at the holiday party by the city council. A certain member brought it together. Let me be real clear for those who are at home or the paper, the media. It has nothing to do with anything of politics or anything. It is a tradition that was started by a counselor here that really brought laughter. It was fun.
I wasn't laughing.
There was joy to it. And most of all, it brought us all together as a team again. In this chamber, issues come up. We get passionate about that. Don't ever lose your passion. Do what you think is right on that issue. But never forget, there are times that we have to come back together and be a team again to then go forward. The issue that I see with this is that if you look at the sign above me, it says makers of law, makers of history. People look to us to come up with the answers. A lot of times, things are sent to us, of which they rely on us to come up with an answer. When I first ran, and I can't make this up, I shared it once before, but I think it's important. I'll share two stories, and I'll let you go to lunch and have a great day. The first story is when I ran 15 years ago. 15 years ago. I never thought I'd be here 15 years later. I never thought I'd be president. I just said, I'm going to give it a try. I want to give it a chance. So I went to the very first house down the street from where I lived because I knew the family, and I was hoping they'd definitely sign the papers as well as support me. Of which, when I walked onto the front porch, the gentleman was sitting there, And he said, be more than happy to sign the papers. I said, well, at least I got two signatures out of the 50. And I got a lawn sign. Of which the advice that was given to me by that person was, always listen to both sides. Do the best research you can and make your vote accordingly. Don't make it personal. And do the best you can for the city, because that's the true outcome. What is best for the city? And if you do that, you'll be fine. That was former alderman, police officer, then city councilor, Pat Higgins. Of which, when I first took over the duties as president, Ryan was scrambling around to get a gavel. And if you look at it, it's in memory of Patrick Higgins. So, full circle, it came to me. I am truly honored to be here. The final story I'll share is that people listen to what we're doing. People follow what happens in this chamber. They really do. And if you don't believe me, I share this story with you. I can't make it up. I was driving through getting a coffee at a certain place. The employee opened the window. They handed me the coffee and they said, "Oh, I know you." I said, "Oh boy, I'm in trouble." I'm like, "Okay, high school friend, whatever." I didn't recognize the face. "Oh no, you're on my favorite show." That took me back, and I said, "They think I'm like Tom Hanks or something, Brad Pitt." "No, I know, I have no hair, he does." I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. "Channel 15, you're my favorite show." They were talking about watching us. People are watching us. They're watching, they're listening, they want us to help. So our job is simple. When we're in here, let's do the job. Let's have fun, because hopefully we can get a name. When I brought them out was, someone said we need a name for our new mascot, of which I open up to you as the members, as I open up everything to you. Also, I can open up to the public and make it fun. Because if one night that symbol, that heavy symbol, brought us such laughter, such fun, and such a joy, then let's see if it can happen to the community as a whole. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to come back one more time to help you out. With that, I wish you all the best. Congratulations to you, the school committee, everyone who gets involved in politics, to the families. We put in a lot of time. Subcommittee meetings, city council meetings, running to events, to the families. Thank you for allowing us to do our job. It's not about the money. It's about helping the city. So I can't thank everyone in this room, at home, for what you have done for us as a group, for me personally, and to my family. Thank you. God bless.
Make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Guys have it.